So I've come to a property to do a quick check before the inspector comes to do the final inspection. Now, the reason I've had somebody else do this inspection is because I've been away at a conference and the tenant hadn't fully vacated. There were two people in a family. Unfortunately, they were sort of independent of each other, and one of the parties was unable to find anything, so they didn't vacate by the required date. Now, the twist to this is that they were given the correct notice, or longer than correct notice, for them to vacate on their lease expiry date. They were allowed to vacate earlier without penalty if they're found somewhere earlier. We were advised that they'd vacated. As it turned out, it was only one of the parties, and the other one was unfortunately unable to find something. So we were left in a predicament whereby we were going to be doing the final inspection and had to change it a few times because the tenants weren't vacated. Now, the problem with this is that the property has sold, and the selling agent unfortunately put the settlement date down as the lease expiry date, which should never happen because the tenants have legal right of tenure to that date. And then, of course, they need to vacate and we need to do a final inspection of the property. So by doing this and expecting that the owners could move in on settlement has really caused a lot of stress and pressure for all parties. Now, as it turns out, the other tenant was able to move out over the weekend, not delay things further, but unfortunately they weren't able to get the carpets cleaned. I'm not sure if you can see that, there's a lot of mess. There's a lot of dirt on walls, that kind of thing. So yeah, I won't show you everything. It is a vacate the clean that's required, not like majorly bad, but they've run out of time, and that's clearly visible. But I wanted to come in, set my eyes on it myself before I head off, because I do actually have other appointments that were already scheduled for today. Again, so chopping and changing dates is quite impactful on already scheduled weeks. So note to selling agents: never put in a contract of sale that settlement will occur on the lease expiry date when there's tenants there. Yes, we're hoping that they vacate, but sometimes things go wrong and that doesn't occur, and we can't boot them out before the lease expiry date. And there are ramifications, of course, if they are there over the date that they're asked to vacate. And I did outline that to the tenant on a couple of occasions. But the selling agent took it upon himself to notify the tenant and thought that that was the reason why the tenant vacated. But anyway, there you go. I never have any of these issues when I sell for my clients as well, because obviously I know the correct laws and I'm working with the tenants. So never happens when I sell it. I'm working within, but whenever there's a third party agent involved, if something can go wrong, it will. And in this case, it did quite badly, but thankfully it's managed to pull back in. The only problem is we've got to get the carpets professionally cleaned and the property cleaned. I don't know when settlement is set down for. They haven't updated me, and so I don't know how much time we've got to rectify the issues.